four L's in retirement that you need to be aware of and that you need to plan for to make sure you have got an efficient and effective retirement plan moving forward. So we're going to talk about what these four L letter words are. But first, if you don't already have a copy of my book, Safe Money Retirement, Your Game Plan for Success, it's going to discuss these four L's that we're going to discuss right now in the book and what you can do to protect yourself, your family, your descendants once you're gone, what you can do to plan a true safe money retirement. And we will send you this resource absolutely free. Just give us a call, 833-413-SAFE. That's 833-413-7233, or log right onto our website, safemoneyretirement.com, and you can request a book right there. You can also go ahead and schedule an appointment with me anytime right from the website. All right, the four L's in retirement. The first one is called longevity. That means you need money for life, and planning the longevity of what people are going to need these days in retirement is honestly one of the biggest challenges that I work with people on every single day. Now, what do I mean by that? People always say, well, I hear this all the time. My advisor said, he ran this simulation and I've got an 84% chance that I'll have enough money until I'm 86 years old. Okay, well, pause for effect there for just a second. First of all, you only got an 86% chance or a 74% chance or whatever the percent chance is. It's less than 100. Well, that doesn't work for me, but that's great. Okay, so let's say you go with it and you beat the odds. That's fantastic. Well, that's if you only live till 86 or whatever the number is, 89, 84. What happens if you live to your 90s? These days, I was just reading an article earlier today about a gentleman that's 111 and still going strong. So what are you going to do? What's the real plan that's going to be in place for longevity? What can you do to plan? It's one of the things I work with my clients on every single day. The number one thing we need to do is make sure you've got enough guaranteed income. And then make sure you also have some more income that grows constantly so you can offset inflation. Those are things that you can do. So that's the first L, is longevity, making sure you have got a handle on longevity risk. It's one of the biggest risks in retirement. The second L, lifestyle. We need to figure out what kind of a lifestyle do you want to live in retirement, because that's going to help us determine how much income you need, how much resources you need. How healthy are you going to be? Are you going to want to do a lot of traveling? Are you going to want to go see grandkids? Or you want to go see Europe or whatever it is you've always wanted to do? That's great. Well, we've got to make sure we have income for that. And one of the things that I work with my clients on is whether you need your retirement to be front-loaded or back-loaded. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, are you going to need more money up front? In other words, are you going to do a lot of traveling up front, and then as you get older and things slow down, you're going to slow down the expenses? Or are you not planning on doing a lot of traveling when you retire and you kind of want to hold on to the nest egg and have it for later in case you need it for long-term care or you need it for medical expenses or whatever? So determining what that lifestyle is going to be and making sure you have that steady spending ability so you can keep at the lifestyle that you deserve. All right, the third L, liquidity. Liquidity is huge. You need to make sure that you have plenty liquid so you always have the ability. Sooner or later, if you own a home, you're going to need a roof. Sooner or later, the AC unit on the house is going to go out. Sooner or later, the transmission on the car is going to go out. I could name a million things. The fridge. I just had a client, believe it or not, within 3 weeks, the stove, the fridge, and the dishwasher all went out in his home out of nowhere. So making sure you've got enough liquidity, basically it's reserves for the unexpected, because you can expect the unexpected. The unexpected's coming for all of us. So making sure you've got enough liquidity that you can get to enough funds for whatever may come up in life. That's a very important thing. Whenever you're doing a long-term retirement goal, you want to make sure you've got enough liquidity. And then the last one, the last L, is legacy. And this is a big one that I work with people on all the time, and that is basically passing on assets to your descendants, or to some people it's a church, some people it's a charity, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's passing on assets once you're gone. And that gets into how are beneficiary things structured with your IRAs, with your other retirement plans, with any life insurance you may have. Are you wanting to set up some sort of an estate plan? Do you have a will? I mean, there are a lot of things to look at to make sure that all the pieces are in place, especially with things like an estate plan. If you want to make sure things happen like you want them to happen when you're gone, an estate plan's how you do it. How do you do that? You get with an estate planning attorney. If you don't have a will, you can do one yourself. Just look up online how to do it, or get with an attorney can help you do a will. All of these things are going to help with legacy. How specifically I help my clients a lot with legacy is making sure that we can protect their retirement assets so that they can be passed on to the next generation once you're gone. Making sure that you're not all in market risk plans. So if there's a major market event, not only does it affect you, but it would affect everybody down the line, because now you're going to run out of money and you need to have someone take care of you. So now not only is there nothing left for them to get, now they're having to take care of you for the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years of your life. I know how that is. My grandmother lived with us close to the end of her life, so I know how those things go. And I've had other family members that have had situations like that. So it's not anything new to my family, but making sure that that is taken care of. And when you're gone, that legacy can be passed on how you want it to be passed on. That's a really important piece to a lot of people. There's very few things that will still be here of us once we're gone, obviously. One of those things is your money, your retirement accounts, your assets, and what do you want to happen to them when you're gone. So, real quick to review, we've got 4 L's. We've got longevity. We need to make sure that you are prepared for longevity risk and you've got a plan in place to overcome that. That's one of the biggest risks. Number 2, lifestyle. What do you want your lifestyle to be? Let's make sure we make a plan for your lifestyle so it can be what you want it to be. Number 3, liquidity. We got to make sure that you have access to your money whenever you need it so that you can do things whenever they come up for emergencies. And number 4, legacy. Let's make sure we have a plan for you so your legacy can be passed to the next generation.
The preceding information does not represent tax, legal, or investment advice. Surrender charges apply to base contracts. Optional lifetime income benefit riders are used to calculate lifetime payments only and are not available for cash surrender or in a death benefit unless specified in the annuity contract. Fees may apply. Guarantees are based on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the insurance company. No information presented today should be acted upon without meeting with a qualified and licensed professional. Obviously, by calling us now, you are just taking the first step towards protecting your retirement. It's important that you read all insurance contract disclosures carefully before making a purchase decision. Rates and returns mentioned on this program are subject to change without notice.